Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have a student and we are on the NYU campus, the place to be in New York City. And today we're talking to...
Hi, I'm Christina and I'm doing my second year master's year in NYU Tandon School of Engineering and my major is biomedical engineering.
Yep, we got fellow biomedical engineers and a lot more coming up in this video. Let's get started. Alright guys, we are on the NYU campus. I don't know if you guys can see, but today we are covering New York University. Of course, this is the one that everybody wants to be in, everyone wants to study at, and it's no joke because it is ranked number 35 in the entire United States, and for some pretty good reasons. I mean, they have some really great majors. The acceptance rate floats anywhere between 15 to 35%, and beating, apart from the UCs and even the Ivy Leagues like Harvard, NYU had the most number of applicants last year, crossing over 120,000 applicants that actually apply to be here. So for undergrad students, now you guys will be applying through Common App as it goes for most US universities. NYU is on Common App, and the requirements vary. So they do require a school final year report, which you will submit after you write your board exams. For those of you that are currently in 12th, there is an optional recommendation that you can decide to give if you want to. But other than that, with their standardized testing policy, they are optional, which means that you can decide not to submit any test scores at all, but they are also flexible in their testing policy. And what this basically means is that you can either decide to give your SAT, ACT, which is the general rule of thumb, but other than that, you can also maybe submit 3 AP exams and a list of other exams for standardized testing. So they have this flexible policy, which I thought was really cool and something new that I haven't heard a lot of colleges do before. So what exactly does NYU look for when it's going through all of these more than 120,000 applicants each year? Basically, they focus a lot on academic rigor. So things like your class rank, how you performed in your class for the exams that you're writing in high school, and your standardized tests. Other than that, secondary, they look at creative writing, so your essays, your activities, and your letters of recommendation. Now, to be here, a profile that you're looking at if you're planning to give the SAT is maybe have an SAT score of anywhere between 1470 to 1570 and an ACT score of anywhere between 33 to 35. This is a good ballpark to be in to kind of see how you compare with a whole lot of other students as well. Alright guys, so this is what a typical classroom here at NYU looks like. We have Christina with us who's going to give us the tour really quickly. But Christina, what do you think is different in this classroom, basically NYU campus, versus something that you've experienced in India?
In NYU, the classes are even the buildings are spread across the city.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you have a class here and one in Manhattan. So you have a different atmosphere altogether. You can just I've stayed on campus till 6 a.m. and but you won't feel alone. There are always people studying, and so you always make friends. Even if you don't come with somebody, that's something I noticed here, that people be studying all the time, and you can just work, and all the campuses are open 24/7, most of the campuses. So that's one thing that I noticed different from how it was there.
Okay, so this is basically the maker space, and you guys can do a ton of projects here, and it's open to undergrad as well as grad students. A lot of universities have this essentially, but basically you have a working space where you can work on group projects, do assignments, homework, and this is something that I found really cool. Right opposite, we have this wall, this space, and then a cafeteria, and then down the hallway here, up the floors, we have all of the lab and the classrooms as well. I usually have these dossier perfumes. They're basically travel friendly, easy to use. They come in a ton of fragrances. And today we have golden rum and amber that I'm using. You guys can use the discount code and the link in the description to grab your dossier perfume. But this is something that I got for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Just a small thank you for letting me tour the campus. But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So this is the part that literally everyone waits for, which is tell us a little bit about what the tuition fee is like as a graduate student. and if you've received any scholarships.
Yeah, initially when I looked at the fees, I was like, okay, that's too much. So I was even like, should I even apply? But I heard that NYU had like pretty good scholarship. So I did get a 7,000 scholarship, 7,000 K per semester.
Per semester?
So
That's pretty good.
no, sorry, per year. Yeah, I'm sorry, per year. So it would be like 3-5 per semester.
Yeah.
That's like so anybody. Any international student with a good profile should get 5 to 10.
Okay.
Yeah, and mostly the average is 8 or 7.5,
Got
I'd
it.
say.
Okay.
So.
And is there a separate application you have to fill out to get the scholarship?
No. I didn't. Yeah.
Just get admitted
Yeah.
and you're good.
Like it's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, understood. And what is the tuition fee like after like the scholarship amount is deducted?
It would be 17.5
Per semester?
Yeah.
Okay.
Per semester.
Okay, understood.
It is still high, but I'd say with all the other resources,
Yeah.
that it's like yeah.
Okay,
It's
got it.
okay.
So looking at the deadlines, we have three types for undergrad students. There are two early decision deadlines. One, with the November-December kind of intake, and then a second one in January. There is a regular decision deadline, also January 5th. And again, there are two early deadlines just to have those binding offers for any student where NYU is their top pick. Now, other than that, coming to like the big question, which is your tuition fee, you're looking at anywhere between $70,000 to $90,000 as the total cost of attendance if you're living on campus versus off campus. The good news, however, is that NYU does provide need-based financial aid to international students. Just remember that it is need aware, which means that when you apply for this need-based aid, they will factor that in and decide whether it's worth it to give you the admission and the scholarship financial aid that goes along with it. Now, if you do want to apply for this need-based financial aid, it's going to be through a separate application known as the CSS profile, and you do have to indicate on your Common App that you are applying for aid. Don't forget to do this, otherwise they will not consider it. Okay, so Christina, how many schools did you apply to? You applied last year as a master's student.
Yeah.
How many schools did you apply to in total?
So when I was applying, it was like the end of COVID. So like I was very specific about the courses that I wanted. So I basically just applied in like for UIUC, Georgetown, and here. And to be honest, this is the only place I applied for biomedical engineering.
Yeah.
And like so, but I spent a lot of time on my like the SOPs and like my the recommendation letters. So I spent a lot of time, but yeah, these are the three universities, and I got into Georgetown and NYU, and like I wanted to continue biomedical. Like somewhere I felt like because in Georgetown it was with general engineering management, but here it was biomedical, so I just picked NYU.
Got it. Okay, and did you have to like give them your first, second choice majors, or just apply for BME and that was it?
It was just BME.
Just BME?
Yeah.
Got
it was
it.
just
Okay. And going through the application process, did you find any like difficulties other than the SOP with like recommendation letters? Did they ask for supplementals in any case?
Not really, but I think I did get like usually there'll be an extra letter for scholarship, but no, they did not have like, I think there was like an extra letter where you can just, write or give an explanation if you have like less marks or like if you think that, you're...
Just an additional information?
Yeah, just an
Got it.
additional.
Okay.
But other than that, it was like pretty straightforward, like all the information that you had to give.
Okay, got it. So like why did you choose NYU over Georgetown?
Like I said, this was the only place I applied for biomedical engineering, and also like living in New York City has been my dream for a very long time. And I was like, okay, I think it's NYC. So yeah, so that is one of the reasons why I picked NYU. But yeah, but I'm not regretting.
Are you liking living in New York City?
Yeah,
so far?
Definitely. Of course, it's like it can be a lot sometimes. You know, it's just like too fast, and it's just like you always have to be fast, even if you take a break for like some time. It's like, okay, no, I have to be fast again. It's like hustle. But yeah, but I think I like this. So yeah, this is actually pushing me to like be better and do more and be productive. So,
got it. Okay. And like you've been here for a couple months now, And how is it different than undergrad in India? Like, what exactly are you doing? Are you doing coursework? Are you doing research with a professor? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I came here last year, so yeah, it's almost like 1.5 to 2 years. So I did some research on professors and the projects that was here, like even before coming, and then I started reaching out to professors, and they were very responsive. Actually, even though they have like some 5 degrees and they have like managing 2-3 labs, but
Yeah.
still they were pretty fast in responding. That's one thing I really liked about.
Did you have to like secure the professor before applying?
No, I read somewhere that it is good to mention
That you have been in contact?
So, and I
Okay.
did that, and like I did mention about one of the professors who I'm still working with.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I did mention that, and
Okay.
like it is good for your SOP.
And all of this was like through cold emailing, you reaching out to professors?
Yes.
Okay.
I just went to the website, NYU website, and like they've given like all the information there about the labs and everything. So I just emailed them.
Okay.
And like they got back. And the difference is that I feel like in like undergrad in India, it was kind of like everything was just already given to us,
Yeah.
kind of, and okay, like we learned everything basically, like everything. So I didn't have an option to pick what I want, or like even the research wise, it's I think like I see undergrad students working like doing more projects than than theory work
Yeah.
or sitting and studying. So it was just like really good, right? Like the application. So that was something that I did not see in like India, the research side of biomedical, because here I think 80 to 90% biomedical engineers, they like to be in research. Even in companies, they want to work in the research and development side rather than just the product side, right?
Correct.
So that is one thing that like I noticed here, like the research was missing in India.
Got it. Very cool. And is it like common for students to have like, so these classrooms are open, you can study
Yeah.
here, you can work, you can
Yeah,
basically do
yeah.
whatever you want. And as it is in most colleges, you don't have like fixed classrooms where all of your classes happen. It's basically you go from one building to another. And for those of you guys that may know New York City a little bit, the NYU campus is spread throughout the
Yeah.
city. It's basically like different buildings, and wherever you get a spot and wherever your classes are, you have to be there at that time.
Yes,
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And as like a master's student, how many classes do you have where you have to like attend lectures?
So it is typically 3 classes per semester. So this semester I've taken a project work and like a couple of other courses. One is here and one is in Manhattan. So yeah, and you also have like 2-3 electives that you can choose like related to your course. I've taken cognitive neuroscience this semester, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah. that is-
And do they have to like have prerequisites? So you're doing your master's. Do they say that you have to have a certain number of courses that you've done in undergrad?
Yeah, they did that before I got here. So they basically, I had to give them my transcript, and then they went through the courses and pretty much like any engineering college in India, I think we would kind of match with.
Got it. Okay. So this is more for like students that are thinking of switching a major. A lot of times
Yeah,
people want to
yeah,
come from
yeah, that's
mechanical
true. Yes,
to
yes.
biomedical. So if you don't have those prerequisites, what's the process then? Do they make you take some basic courses, or how does that work?
Yeah, so for example, last semester I took a course in robotics. So I just have to get a code from my professor telling him like, yes, I can, handle the subject, and like they'll probably take a look at, your work or like your project, something related. But most of the time, if you have a good enough explanation, they would just ask you, okay, go for it.
Got it.
All they need is a valid explanation. That's pretty much it. They don't even like background check or anything.
Okay. So there you go. All right, so coming to my graduate students, now NYU is again a top-picked university for grad students as well, whether you're doing a master's or a PhD, whichever one, but you'll be applying through the NYU website portal. The application fee varies between $100 to $130, and they require 3 basic things. So your undergrad transcript, because you're applying to a grad program, so obviously transcripts, unofficial degrees, anything that proves that you completed an undergrad degree, letters of recommendation varying from 1 to 4, and your GRE or GMAT scores. Now, the application deadline for graduate students is February 15th. There is an early deadline, so you might want to consider that as well. And there are various funding opportunities that are available to international graduate students. The first one is the Steinhardt Scholarship. It's like a global citizen scholarship, which amounts anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 per year, and almost every single international student can get this if they are in good academic standing. And other than this, graduate students work on campus as like graduate assistants or teaching assistants to cover up most of their tuition fee. Now, other than that, if you are a PhD student, just remember that your degree will be fully funded for the research, by the research work that you're actually doing in your lab. Alright guys, that's all that I had for this video. I hope you guys liked the NYU kind of breakdown. We focus a little bit more on the master's side just to mix things up a little bit. Let me know if you want to keep it like this so that we can talk more maybe about graduate programs moving forward. But like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is probably going to be our last Road to Success video for 2023. But I will see you guys next week in another video. Take care. Bye.